Hello all, at WWDC 2025, Apple finally introduced Webhook support for App Store Connect, a long-awaited feature that lets you track key app review events like ready for review, rejected, or approved in real time. In this video, I'll show you how to set up the App Store Webhooks proxy on Unraid so you can receive real-time App Store notification in Slack. We will walk through installing the proxy container, configuring your reverse proxy, and connecting everything to App Store Connect. Before we begin, make sure a few things are already in place. You've set up a Slack incoming webhook. You have the necessary permission in App Store Connect to create a webhook, and you know how to expose the Docker container to the internet. In this video, I'll be using Nginx as a reverse proxy on my Unraid server. All right, let's get started. I'm now on my Unraid dashboard, and the first thing we need to do is to find the Docker container in the Apps tab. In the search bar, type App Store Webhook Proxy and click on the one labeled Docked by Yanis. On the details page, click the Install button. You will be taken to the Add Container Configuration screen. You'll see a lot of optional fields and descriptions here. Feel free to explore them later. For now, we will focus on setting the essential environment variables. In the search secret field, enter any string you like. This secret will be used to validate incoming webhook messages from Apple using HMAC, ensuring they are legitimate. We will leave the team's webhook URL field empty since in this setup we are only integrating with Slack. In the Slack webhook URL field, paste the webhook URL you got from the Slack API page. If you don't have one yet, check the link in the video description for a setup guide. Optionally, you can set the App Store URL of your application. This allows the Slack message to include a direct link to your app's App Store page. And finally, set your time zone so that all timestamps in the Slack notification reflect your local time. Hit the Apply button and wait Docker installation to complete. Once the Docker installation is complete, head over the Docker tab in Unraid. You will see the App Store Webhook Proxy listed there. Click on the Apps icon and from the drop-down menu, select Logs to verify that the container is running correctly. In the logs, you will see a line showing the internal webhook path. Copy the part after the last slash. We will need it later when setting up the App Store Connect webhook. Now, close the log window. Back on the Docker page, also copy the LAN IP and exposed port for the container. This will help us configure the reverse proxy in the next step. Now, let's move over the Nginx Reverse Proxy Manager. I will click Add Proxy Host to create a new entry for our container. In the pop-up window, under the forward hostname IP, I will enter the internal IP address of the server, and in the forward port, I will enter the exposed port of the Docker container. These are the values we copied earlier from the Unraid Docker tab. Next, I will enable the toggles for block common exploits, WebSocket support, and cache assets. Then, I'll add the domain name. I already own a domain, so I will create a subdomain specifically for the webhook proxy. One important step is enabling SSL for secure communication. I will go to the SSL tab, select Request a new SSL certificate, and agree to the terms of the service. Now, copy the domain name you just configured and paste it in front of the path you copied earlier from the Docker logs. This full URL is what you will provide to Apple when setting up the webhook in App Store Connect. It's the public endpoint that will receive event notification and pass them to your Slack channel. Next, go to the App Store Connect website and navigate to Users and Access, Integrations, Webhooks. Click the plus icon to create a new webhook. In the Create Webhook pop-up, give your webhook a name, anything that helps you identify it. In the Payload URL field, paste the full URL we prepared earlier. This includes your domain and a specific path from the Docker logs. In the secret field, enter the exact same secret string you used in your Docker containers environment variable. Then, from the app drop-down, select the app you want to monitor. Under Event Triggers, select all available events to ensure you don't miss anything. Finally, click Add to create the webhook. Once the webhook is created, in the webhook detail page, click the Test button to make sure everything is working properly. If everything is set up correctly, you should receive a test notification in your Slack channel almost instantly. You can also return to the App Store Webhook Proxy container in Unraid. Open the logs and look for a message confirming that the webhook event was received and successfully forwarded. Here, you can see another event triggered. In this case, I remove a build from the review process, just to confirm that everything is working like a charm. And that's it. You are now officially receiving App Store Connect events in Slack through your self-hosted proxy on Unraid. If you found this useful and want to support my work, consider giving the project a star on GitHub. Or if you're feeling generous, buy me a coffee using the link in the description. Thanks for sticking with me through this incredibly blurry video. I promise it was for your own safety and mine. See you in the next one.